There are 4 different types of businesses. The first is a startup. What's a startup? It's the one guy. It's him, he does the job. And he's easy to spot too, because he goes to the client on the Monday, meets him, sells to the client. On the Tuesday, goes to the client's office and delivers the work. On the Wednesday, goes to his office and emails the client the invoice. On the Thursday, phones the client asking for his money. And on the Friday, he pays his landlord. He's every single part of the value chain. That's not wrong, except so many of us have been taught that that's what business is. We don't know that there are other phases of it. If you're not a startup, you move a level up. You become what we call in our firm a survival entrepreneur. Very easy to spot. One guy, 2 or 3 people in the office. Feels a bit important. He drives usually a Merc. Why? Well, because any self-respecting entrepreneur knows that the best car is a BMW. No one drives a Merc. Pfft. Sis. AMG for what? For who? If you're not a survival entrepreneur, what are you? You then become what we call a success entrepreneur. Now, if you ever read the Sunday Times or you read the media in South Africa, and you'll hear them talk about these people called tenderpreneurs. Most of them are nothing more than success entrepreneurs. You know what success entrepreneurs are? It's people who make money to show you that they make money. Very simple. I make it, so I've got to show you that I make it. I wear the right kind of suit, I live in the right kind of suburb, I drive the right kind of car, I send my kids to the right kind of school. The other word, and my good friend Alon, who I saw earlier, calls them, is lifestyle entrepreneurs. I make money to live the right kind of lifestyle. Notice, we've not created anything here. We've not employed more people. We've not built the country. We've not grown our GDP. We've not done anything to create a better country. All we've done is we've taken a few people and given them a better lot. That's all that's happened. What's really required is for us to create hyper-growth entrepreneurs. The thing here is these people are very rare. Very rare. Because 1, they take the long-term view. 2, they don't believe in their own PR. 3, they understand the value of networks is not the network, but the ability to unlock value in that network. And 3 and 4, but perhaps most importantly, is they understand the value of education. Not a degree, not a certificate, education. 2 days ago, I had a guy walk into my office. He's a growth entrepreneur, this guy. He just doesn't know it. He's an engineer. He's 34 years old. Ntokozo is his name. Ntokozo was very interesting because he came to my office and he's looking for a bit of funding. He's got contracts that he's been servicing. He's been trying to finance the contracts themselves. It's just not working. He says to me, I needed a bit of funding. I said, what do you need? Debt or equity? And we sit down, we look at his balance sheet. And here's what I found fascinating about Ntokozo. He's an engineer by training. But when I asked him specific questions about his business, the mechanics of how it works, and then the finances of that business, he knew it backwards. He knew how much of his overdraft he'd used on which month and what the interest rate of that overdraft was and what the interest portion cost him in that overdraft. He knew how much his tax liability was last year, what his VAT liability was. Most of us don't know that who run our businesses. He knew what his capital structure was. How does an engineer know what his capital structure is? And yet this guy just does 6-7 million rand a year. But he's a growth entrepreneur. He's